One of my faves, Gillian Jacobs.
Hi, Gillian. How are you?
Good.
You got her mic on?
It's
There
on
you
now.
go.
There you
Am
go.
I now
You
Oh,
are
you're
live
on.
on air?
Oh, you are.
are.
Welcome.
Long time, first time.
That's right. Well,
No, you've been on before.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a joke,
Oh,
guys.
all right. It was just rude.
Sorry.
We don't get jokes here. We don't
Sorry,
do.
sorry.
This isn't a humorous show.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here to tackle the issues.
Oh,
of the
I
day.
remember.
Right, right.
You look very colorful.
Thank you so
It's
much.
a pink jacket and a bright green shirt. It's very nice.
Thank you. Are you live streaming this?
No, we're the camera's not live streaming.
Hello, cameras.
That's right. We just keep everything for our records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We go over it
we
together
just-
at the end from every angle and discuss how we were.
Yeah. Jim and I, we do
Hours and hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Just meetings of how can we improve? Like how does our body language change?
No,
You
it's
know,
how can we make it worse? And we're not we're like we can't.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So does it excite you? You're here to because you're in Ibiza,
Correct.
which is coming out on Netflix.
Yes, May 25th.
Same time, yesterday, Netflix announces the Obamas are going to start producing.
Incredible,
projects.
right?
Yeah.
Are you sitting there being like, why couldn't the Obamas have produced Ibiza?
That would be
It'd be amazing, right?
remarkable.
Right.
I know. Well, maybe they can produce the sequel.
But that's right, because you got Ibiza, right?
Yes.
You got Love, multiple, 3 seasons of Love, right?
Yes.
Right. So obviously you're a Netflix darling.
Just absolute darling.
Right. So,
You get a sash.
yeah.
Once you've done multiple projects with Netflix, they give you a sash that
really,
says
really
Netflix
nice.
darling.
Right. So now that you're a Netflix darling, do you think to yourself, I got to figure out how to get in with these Obamas?
I think anyone who's ever been on Netflix had that thought yesterday.
Just people who had random movies picked
Yeah.
up. Like, well, I had a thing that was on Netflix for a period of time.
No,
The
I
cast
heard that
of
and I was like,
Lilyhammer.
Do you know I thought of that show yesterday for some reason?
I bet it was a good show. I should go back and watch
With
it.
Steven Van Zandt. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played like a mob guy in hiding. Where was it supposed to be?
Wherever
Lilyhammer.
Lilyhammer
Yeah.
is.
Where is that? It's in the Netherlands somewhere, right?
Norway.
Is it Norway?
Sweden.
Oh, Sweden.
Europe.
Betraying my ignorance, I'm not great at geography.
I don't know either, but I just remember it was.
I'm sure the listeners will tell us.
They will.
It didn't grab me.
They'll be kind
It
about
did
it.
not grab you.
I didn't hate it, but I remember I was like, it just didn't.
What's your favorite show right now? What has grabbed you?
I like El Chapo. I'm not really watching anything. Narcos.
Okay.
I'm not really watching anything at all.
No,
I
so
can't think of it.
nothing.
No.
I have to tell you, I was watching Ibiza, and I don't know, it made me think about myself,
Okay.
because literally the entire movie I was waiting for you guys to get taken. Like,
Well, we
From
say that in one of the first scenes of the film,
Right.
so we have a nod to that.
from start to finish,
You
I was
thought
like,
they're like
okay,
they
here
pitched
it
this
comes.
as a rom-com adventure
Right.
friendship movie, but you're just still waiting for that to happen.
And I was like, maybe I've become, I don't know if it's what culture has done to me, what film has done to me, but
Yeah.
it's 3 girls, and they're in a foreign country. It's Spain, but they're in a foreign country. And the whole time, and they're like just trying to find their way around, and they meet wacky characters and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, they didn't get taken that time. That's the one who's going to take them. Well,
It
now
kept
they're going to
you
get grabbed.
engaged, I
It did.
guess.
It did. I watched all the way through, waiting for disaster to
oh my
strike.
goodness.
It doesn't strike. It's not a disaster movie. It's not.
Yes.
It's a rom-com as advertised.
As advertised. We're not misleading you. It'd be
No,
worse if
no.
we said it was like an action thriller and then it just turned out to be a rom-com. So,
No, there was something in me that said this rom-com.
well, maybe you should write that version of the film and we can do it.
I will, but I won't advertise it as such.
Do you know what I saw the trailer to yesterday? Totally, it was that A Quiet Place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That I want to see.
It's
Okay.
supposed to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I
but
haven't
it's
seen it
supposed to
either.
be,
We can all go, the 3 of us.
that's
After you do your
perfect.
hours-long recap of the show today, we can all go to the movies.
Good.
It's a
Yeah,
private
yeah, yeah.
recap though. He
Yeah.
and I just do it.
Oh,
we
sorry.
go in the
I
back
will.
private
I'll wait.
studio.
I'll
You
wait.
wait.
I'll
Yeah.
wait in the green room.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you still having to wake up at like really strange hours, and or has your hours improved at all?
It's a little bit better now. I get up at 5:25 every morning.
Okay, that's not
Not bad.
that bad
It's doable.
compared to what you were doing before.
No, yeah, I've had periods in my life where it was like 3:30 every
Yes.
morning, which is insane.
No, how long can you sustain that?
I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to sustain it for any real manageable period of time. They say that the health effects you get from not sleeping, you can never make that up.
Great.
That's really encouraging.
Right.
I feel wonderful.
Right, that's
all these years of television.
right. No, it's bad.
Like, what can't you make up?
Like it does bad things
damage
to
to
your
you?
to your body and your brain,
Oh,
and that's not healable. They say.
What?
So
I don't believe that.
you don't.
No, because a lot of people
You make it up later.
That's shit.
he's a doctor, didn't you know?
A lot of people have lack of sleep for a while. I'm saying this because I'm 49 and I don't sleep at all. So
No? Is that
No.
a recent thing or is that an always thing?
since I was 7.
Really?
But those first 7 years, you slept like
First
a baby.
7 years.
Like
oh,
a baby because you were a baby.
Yeah, mainly because you were a baby. Yeah, that's,
I don't know what it is. It stinks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's
What do you
terrible.
do?
Just lay there.
Really?
I wish I had a better answer for you. I literally just lay there.
Wow.
contemplate
Yeah,
life decisions and things like that.
it's horrifying.
Can you believe that Donald Glover has become the biggest star in like the world?
Yes.
You can.
Absolutely.
Do you think that this was like, why did it take so long?
Exactly.
Because I kind of can't believe, because with everything that he's been doing all of this whole entire time.
There's nothing surprising about this to me.
You saw this coming when?
As soon as I met him.
Really?
Yes.
So you're doing Community,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, this guy has all these talents.
Yes.
He's going to start using all these talents.
He has even more talents. He's an amazing artist as well, visual artist. So,
Like a painter?
like drawings, yeah. There's nothing he can't do.
How did you find out he was leaving?
He told us.
Oh, okay. He just said, I want to go?
Yeah, I think, obviously now seeing Atlanta and everything he's doing, he had other things in his brain. And I respect that.
What is it like being around a person who works on that level?
You should know.
You'd be surprised how
You're staring at him.
how unfamiliar the scenario seems. But like, do you start to?
He's incredibly hardworking. It would be like in between takes on Community, and he'd be in the corner like writing music or writing a script or working on a stand-up or So I really saw the dedication that it took.
But does it make you be like, I got to pick up the clarinet or something? I got to do something more.
No, because it all comes so naturally and effortlessly to him.
Right.
And he was, he's such a hard worker. Like, he would do this show at UCB Sunday nights at like midnight, and then we'd have to be at work, 6 a.m. on Monday. And I was like, how do you do that? He's like, what? That's the show. I do it every Sunday night. I couldn't do it.
Did you ever walk off a project like that was going well that you didn't need to walk off of? Like, I was surprised that he left when it was still going well.
No, I don't. I tend to stay till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I
want
was
to
still
wring
on
it dry.
season 6 on Yahoo. So yeah, I stayed till the bitter end. No, I've never left anything. But I understand it more. I understand watching everything that he's done. He's so talented. But I'm like very. I'm much more like, the contract says 6 years, so I'll do 6 years. Like I wish I had a little bit more. Of his, everything.
There's balls to it. There's balls to it, too, to walk out and go, yeah, I'm going to get something else, or I'm going to do something else.
Absolutely.
I'm so paranoid that anything I'm doing is the final thing I'm doing.
Absolutely.
And if I leave this, I'm
job's
dead.
my last job.
Yeah. There's also something about like when somebody offers you a job and you're like, oh my God, they're offering me a job?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do it. Of
Yes,
course
I'll do
it.
it. Yes, I'll do it. I know I'm trying to get a little bit better about not just like saying yes to things just so I can say I have a job, because you just go from thing to thing to thing to thing, and sometimes you wind up there and you're like, why did I say yes to this?
Right.
I'm so tired. So I'm trying to slow down a bit more.
Well, you're at a place now where you've got a lot under your belt.
That's true.
I feel like you've been creeping up on everybody. It does seem like every 6 months.
It's the best description of my career I've ever heard.
You're creeping up.
on
yeah,
people.
it's lava.
But like every 6 months, there's another pretty big deal thing.
All right, cool.
Like I feel like we were just talking about Love Season 3.
Yeah.
And then this movie that you're in like every scene for, and then the movie with Melissa McCarthy in theaters.
Life of the
and,
Party. Yeah.
So you're everywhere.
Good.
And that was the intention from the beginning.
Goal. That's what I said to my agents. I want to be everywhere.
Put me everywhere.
Put me everywhere.
Why did you get your ears pierced? Like, it's a weird question, but...
Yes. Well, for the listeners, I got my ears pierced on Jimmy Kimmel on Friday. I had never had my ears pierced before. I'd been thinking about it for like the last, I'd say like year. I actually offered on Love. I told Paul Russ that I would do it on camera for a scene on Love if they wanted to. Because I like have these ideas, but I'm just so sedentary that unless I'm forced to do it, like telling a talk show I'm going to do it, I'll just sit in my living room.
Right.
So I figured I want to pierce my ears. Why not do it at this point? And so I thought if I have to do it on camera, then it will actually happen. And they'll like find the person and do everything, and I just have to show up.
Right.
And,
plus, you're accountable for it now.
Yeah.
Like it has. Like,
so now I have my ears pierced.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
It did.
Not like the worst pain I've ever been in.
it seemed like it didn't hurt that much. You were like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I mean,
it hurt like a tiny little needle going through your ear.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, I like I said on the show, I saw Kyle Richards' small child get her ears pierced on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she seemed in agony. So I was too afraid. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
You're an adult.
Am I?
Yeah, I thought so.
I want to get my ears pierced just to annoy everybody in the studio.
Really?
Oh my god.
You think would it annoy you if he got his
Yes,
ears?
if he
really?
came in here with earrings every day.
You don't know the look I want to go for one day to really. I want to bleach my hair.
Okay.
And wear a red suit and get my ears pierced.
I'm into this look. Do you have a style inspiration for this?
No, I just that would just be me.
Like a bright,
Yeah.
like fire engine red?
I just feel like that's what's in me.
Are you going to
Right.
grow your
No.
hair out so there's more to bleach?
A little bit, yeah. I can't
Yeah.
grow it very long. No, maroon, like gentleman's maroon.
Oh, a
Oh,
gentleman's.
wow.
I've
A
never heard
gentleman's
that
burgundy.
term. A gentleman's burgundy.
Right, of course.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Because you want to be treated with respect. You're not a joke. You're
The
not a
respect he
spectacle.
deserves.
No, I want
Right.
to look younger. I figure I'm 49, so I want to look younger. So I'm like, get a red
And
suit.
no, what better way than a gentleman's burgundy?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and
Just
earrings.
shaves the ears off. Yes.
Now, what kind of earrings are you thinking?
Probably studs. I don't know.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
What are
cool
the
guy.
options?
Oh, you could
Well,
have.
you could get
I mean, you
hoops.
could have a chandelier earring. You could- yeah, I mean,
yeah.
there's so many options.
Hoops, I did think of. A couple of hoops.
That'd be
Sure,
cool.
That's
couple?
pretty cool.
All right.
One in each ear, maybe.
Are you going to do clip-ons, or are you going to actually pierce your
No,
ears?
I'd have to pierce. It'd be cool.
Right, just to be cool.
Just to be cool.
Clip-on earrings aren't cool. Piercing your ears is cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm cool now. Finally,
I was
cool.
just thinking that.
Would that be annoying if I walked out with my ears pierced?
Dude, I'd be furious.
Well, why would that make you furious?
Because it's like, what are you doing?
Wait, he's living his life.
He isn't though. This
No.
isn't him. This wouldn't. He'd be searching for something.
He's right. It would
that
be-
just wasn't there. It would be Jim dealing with more demons inappropriately. Like this is not. We have not even sort of
It's
tackled
the
issue.
outside in
Right.
instead of inside out. Okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
it'd be creep puts on another costume.
Right.
That's what it would be.
Okay.
Exactly. We're just
All right.
lying about ourselves again,
What
and
if
I
you do
can't
both?
stand it.
What if you're like in intensive therapy and you start wearing like a cool outfit?
I did just start therapy, but I'm not intensive with it. But yeah, cool
Yeah.
outfit, I think it'd be.
Yeah, we could up the number of times a week you're going, and then you
No,
could get
it's
the
expensive.
suit.
If you start going 3 or 4 times a week, I'd be okay with a maroon suit.
I do want to bleach the hair and wear the earrings more than the suit.
Okay.
Is this something you've been thinking about for a while?
I would
It's all I
assume
think
since the
of.
late
Really?
90s because that's
You're
the last
laying
time
there
that
at
look was
night.
popular.
Yeah.
I just think of how annoyed everybody would be.
Gosh, that's
That's
a good
why-
way to live your life. Just
Oh,
trying
my
to
God.
annoy those around you.
That's why Jim can't sleep because
Yeah.
he's just envisioning what future Jim will look
Who
like.
was your style icon when you were in high school?
Or Bud Dwyer.
We all have aspirations.
I don't really have one. You can tell me I dress the same way. Just
Ozzy.
dumb pants and awful sneakers and a Sabbath shirt. Like I'm terrible.
Who was,
Terrible
who was your style icon?
I asked a question that I don't have an answer for.
Oh, boy.
Who was mine would be something like Katharine Hepburn. That's
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
I was into Katharine Hepburn. So,
Were you really?
yes.
Why?
I think my mom thought she would be a good role model for me as an actress, and I liked her movies, and I read a lot of biographies about her when I was a kid. So I don't know. I watched a lot of Katharine Hepburn movies.
My friend Ken Ober did some weird thing. He told me about it many years ago with Hepburn, where he did some. He helped her for the day.
Really?
He had to spend the day with her, yeah. And she was really sweet, and she really liked him. So I think she wanted to write him a check, like a thank you.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I don't want it. But he said he wishes he would have gotten it now, just
For the
to have, just to
signature,
have
yes.
a check
Yeah.
with Katharine Hepburn on it.
Goodness.
You never met her.
No.
No, that's unfortunate.
Who was she married to? Was she Bogart's wife?
No. She was in a long relationship with Spencer Tracy, but they were never married. But she had at least one marriage before that. Fun facts.
Yeah.
The listeners are riveted.
You really do know Katharine Hepburn.
I do.
Huh?
I do.
Catherine, who is the daughter and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I just felt like throwing out a question that
Okay.
nobody will care about.
I think that was her real life niece.
Oh, was it?
Catherine Houghton, I want to say, but don't.
Oh.
I think you're right.
Someone could look it up.
I just
Right.
didn't know what to say when you said Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. I like that movie, but it doesn't necessarily hold up.
I've never seen that one.
Really?
I liked her like Cary Grant comedies a lot. like Bringing Up Baby, the Philadelphia Story.
Yeah,
this show has taken
I
a
have not seen
weird
any
turn.
of those movies. I didn't.
I enjoyed them as a child.
On Golden Pond.
I never watched that one.
Oh,
I
come
didn't watch the
on.
later ones. I'm so sorry.
What kind of Katharine Hepburn fan doesn't like Golden Pond?
Have you ever seen Holiday? No, I have.
I've seen it.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
She got you. She did.
I went to see on Golden Pond. I was 13. It's 1981. And I went
Jane
with
Fonda.
Jane Fonda. Yeah, Dabney Coleman was in that. Henry Fonda. And I went with a buddy of mine, and I wanted to see, there was a 3D horror movie out at that time, and I don't remember what it was, but I allowed him, he was more cultured, Robert Levinson, him and his mom, they were nice people. And they got me to go see
Salt
that.
of the earth.
And I'm like, this looks like shit. I don't want to see two old people on a stupid lake.
Right.
And it was great. It made me cry. It was like a great...
Even as a 13-year-old?
It was amazing.
You
Yeah.
developed empathy in that moment.
I did, yeah, but I wanted to see the horror movie. I never saw the horror movie, but it won, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best
Yeah,
The
I think
horror
you're-
movie did?
No.
Yes, surprisingly. Destroyed on Golden Pond. Won
Piranha
nothing.
3D,
Was
right?
panned.
Yeah.
Sharknado, swept the Oscars.
Incredible.
How can you never have seen that or guess who's coming? I'm stunned that you're a Katharine Hepburn fan.
I liked the early ones.
Your hair, I can see the shape of your face and your hair.
Oh.
It's definitely something there.
Did you shape your face after Katharine
Yes, I
Hepburn?
did.
Yes, that's
but
what
the
I
hair
thought.
definitely is Katharine Hepburn like.
Oh, thank you.
Look at you succeeding.
We really
Hello.
do sound like old hens.
Yeah, I seen Billy Madison. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
movie.
a classic as well.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
Happy Gilmore, that's good too.
Sure.
Yeah. All kinds of good movies.
What else is going on? There's a man who is peeing in flight.
That's
Am
how
I-
you know.
my.
That's how you know an interview is going off into a weird place when the guest picks up a paper and goes,
Oh,
"So
my
what else is
Lord.
going on?"
You
What
see the-
happened here? I see the stream of urine.
I was on a flight. Oh, that guy.
Just you can make it to the bathroom. What's going
no, that was
on?
an Anchor. Frontier
Yeah.
Airlines. He
What
was
happened?
I think he was drunk, and he
No.
was apparently. I know. He was doing. He just got done filming Breaking Bad, and because it looks like him.
Oh
So-
my
And
god!
he was being.
We were analyzing this photo. It's a guy, right? And he's sitting in his airline seat and he's pissing on the seat that's in front of him. And they blur out, the private area.
Yep.
But you can still clearly see the piss stream.
Yes,
Now-
you can.
And he's not even blurred out there. His dick is just small.
Oh, my
Look
mistake.
at look on the under.
Here's what we saw in the analysis.
Okay.
The stream, it appears that he's aiming it directly in the cup holder section
Well, that's kind.
of the pouch.
Okay.
So we think that he's specifically trying to fill up that back small pouch with his urine.
I guess better than trying to pee in between the seats onto the people sitting in front of him.
Well,
No,
he was. They said he touched or groped women or was making shitty comments. He was
Oh.
just being an asshole.
He doesn't seem
Great.
like the type.
No, I know. I was as shocked as you are when I heard it, but
Ugh, this is horrible. What
It
else
is.
do you have?
that's the greatest photo I've ever seen. That's literally that reminds me of the girl running in Vietnam, X looking out the window. That's the level of that photo. That's
this
the
is-
level of capturing a moment in the
My
world.
word. Oh,
This is like something Annie Leibovitz should have caught.
It's one of those things that you just will never be able to replicate. That man, the fact that he's looking down at his dick,
oh my
That's right.
God.
he's desperately trying not to piss on himself.
And he's clearly aiming it into the pouch, but he's not even stretching the pouch open.
But dude, he's got this.
He's got.
Look
yeah.
at that hook.
It's amazing his
Man.
aim.
Look at that nice arc and the curve with the and he's an older guy.
He's an incredible
45.
person.
He's not that old.
But at 45, it's not to be taken for granted that he could have a stream that powerful. Am I
Really?
right? Troy, am I right?
No, he's right.
See?
Really?
Ah,
What happens to men's urine?
It started.
prostate issues.
Oh.
Yeah. When I'm standing, I still can't hit my balls. The fact that
Wait, this is all news to me.
Okay.
Tell me what happens?
you lose your ability because I guess your body changes. You lose your ability to fire it out.
Really? So
Yeah.
what's happening then? It's just like
Comes a trickle.
That
Right.
trickle.
Really?
Yeah.
If anything's coming out of there, it's dribbling.
And
That's
half the time, you don't have to go as bad as you thought you did because your body's just telling you got to go, and you don't. So
oh,
there's
I
not-
have that all the time. I have a tiny bladder, I think.
I went to.
Fun facts.
We were doing shows in Los Angeles last week. Jim literally was peeing every 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I
Are
do-
you
I don't-
drinking a lot of water?
no coffee.
Oh. You need to alternate water and coffee.
Yeah, I try to, but yeah, I pee a lot.
Okay. Well, at least you're like flushing out your system.
But not on the airplane. In the bathroom on the airplane, but not on the seat.
Not on the seat
Not
in
on the
front
seat,
of me.
Not on the
please.
seat.
What do
It's
people do this
just-
shit? Like, what do you think? There was another thing on an airline yesterday where two deaf people, I guess some guy on the flight, they said punched her or punched
What?
their service dog.
What?
And these,
I did read that.
Oh my God!
This
what
is
a
horrible.
And the guy was angry. People think with the guy's.
He punched a pregnant woman and a dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Is this a bit or is this real life?
It's
No,
real
this
life. The
happened.
guy's he can't speak. I don't know if he's mute, but he can't. He's hard to make noise, but he's fucking furious. And his wife is signing at him like, "Let's get the fuck off the plane."
Oh no, this is horrible.
Right.
You can't see the guy who
I
it
don't
happened
want
to.
No more bad. Oh my god!
I mean, he's going crazy. He's going.
This is not good.
He just pushed a guy.
This is not good. I think he threw a stanchion at him.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
He
the
did.
guy. He said the guy hit his dog or something.
I don't like this. Okay, enough of this. Let's talk about something else.
This is why we should be flying private.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is why I started.
Are you on the? Do they put you on the Sirius
On the
XM
Sirius
jet?
jet? Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Did they fly you out to LA?
Yeah, they did. There was that guy sat behind us.
Oh no. How were
He's
the
our boss. It's contract negotiations.
How were the shows in LA?
They were good.
Did you do them at a theater? Like what was
No,
it?
we did them in a
just did
studio that's
studios
smaller
in
than
LA.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
why'd you have to go to LA?
We didn't have
We
to.
like to be out there.
just
We
Oh,
like to
this was
go. Yeah.
no, you can't say that on air. You had to go to LA because it's a whole different
Bobby Lee.
pool of guests.
Right, we
Bobby
had-
Lee.
we
I
had
was
Bobby
on
Lee.
love with Bobby Lee.
And he lives in,
Los Angeles, California.
which is why if we want Bobby Lee on the show, we
You
have to
got to
be
go to
at-
Bobby Lee.
Exactly. So
What's
that's
the
what we
longest you
did.
go without working?
Right now is the longest I think I've gone since Community started. I finished a play April 1st. So
Okay, so
this
we're
is like
a month,
Yeah.
month and a half.
yeah.
I know you're starting to get the itch. Like you're like, I got to do something. Are you enjoying?
Well, I've been very lucky that I had 2 movies come out in May, so I've been busy promoting both of those. And then once the movie comes out on Friday, then I'll be able to take a break, and we'll see how long I can go taking a break.
Are you
before-
married?
No.
Are you have a significant other?
I do.
What do you guys do when you're off?
We're never off. He is equally busy as me, so that's a problem.
So you can't just go away for a couple of weeks.
We've never gone on a vacation.
How long have you been together?
7 years,
Okay.
And you've
okay,
never
but-
gone on a vacation?
ever.
Huh. What's the most number of days you spent together, one after the other?
A lot.
Oh,
we just
okay.
never go on vacation.
I see. I thought it was one of those things where like you see each other like one day at a time and then you go away. And
No,
then,
no, it's not like
Because
that.
that's not really, that doesn't count as 7 years. If that's
No,
the
no,
case.
we just don't go on vacation.
I see.
That's good if everybody's working all the time because you don't hate each other because you're never around each other.
That's true.
Also, a lot of people try to get into relationships with people they don't hate. So
No,
that's
but it
It's a good
can
place to
happen-
start.
Yeah, that's another.
Sometimes it takes you a while to figure out that you hate the person. Though.
That's true.
I've always built it up, and I've found that every woman I've ever dated has come to the same conclusion. I'm shit. They've
What's
all,
your longest relationship?
couple of years?
Yeah,
I'm really bad.
you're married.
I'm married. Yeah.
How long?
I've been married for 5. I think it's almost 6 years.
not gonna help you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been with her for like 13 years. Yeah, we've been together forever. So
That's great.
yes, but we don't hate each other.
Yeah,
We see each other every day.
yeah.
No hatred.
But you were on some weird hours for a while.
That's true. We do. Yeah. No. That's accurate.
Yeah, you're working nights, and she's getting up in the morning, and you're home, and it's late, and you can't do it. It's just,
Yeah.
how do you have sex even like that? You can't.
There's weekends.
Okay.
Yeah. there's weekends for things like that.
Is your boyfriend an actor?
no.
So you
I
You
said
were
can't.
that
just
very
like,
Why-
absolutely not.
Did you want to avoid that?
I just never really been into actors.
Yeah.
Why? What kind of a job is it? A masculine, like a?
Is he a fireman?
yeah.
That's what
No,
Jim's trying to ask.
no, it's not. No,
Jim's
he's not a
asking if your
fireman.
boyfriend is a fireman.
Well, I'm
No,
asking-
he's not in a very macho
Okay.
profession, but he's not an actor.
He's not a traveling fireman.
He's a traveling fireman.
Oh, does he travel?
He's
a
a
lot?
consulting fireman. No, he travels some. I probably travel more than he does.
Right. Right. Now,
Yes.
question I had for
We
you
have to
about
wrap up too, Travis said.
Ibiza is on Netflix this Friday.
This Friday, May 25th.
It's a big party movie.
It is.
You're not like a big party person in
You
real
know
life.
this about me.
I know. So
and you know this to be true.
Right. So how do you figure out how to act like you're on ecstasy and alcohol and all kinds of things like that without being like, whoa, it's me, I'm drunk.
There's a scene in the film in which we take ecstasy, and someone on set had to come up to all 3 actresses because we're not really party people and be like, they don't taste great, so you should make a face like it doesn't taste good. And we're like, oh, okay, none of us had ever done ecstasy. So basically, you just have to have the humility to say, I don't know what I'm doing, and be very open to like suggestions and notes
Right.
from those around you who have more experience.
How did
like,
they
is
tell you to
there a-
act on ecstasy?
They didn't tell us how to act on ecstasy, but I just think they were like, this doesn't look right that you guys have the pill in your mouth and you're not making any sort of face. There's no taste to this. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know there was a taste to it.
I'd have no idea.
Yeah.
You're like, is there a drug expert on the set? And just like everybody steps forward. Like, yes, we're all.
Thankfully, I've been around people who have more know-how than me, who've led me through all the things I've had to pretend to be on screen.
That's the one thing about acting that's great is if you need somebody who's on drugs, you always can find somebody that's had experience with drugs.
I've found a lot of help.